Rin is thinking when Naja shows up. He's in this dreamlike state and tells Rin that he had a dream of her getting shot down and he wasn't there to save her, and there are signs of him crying. It's a really tender moment, especially after having a huge fight with him. It's also the first time they've spoken. I can see what Arif Kwan was trying to do here. I think she was trying to make Rin into someone who doesn't have time for this when war is at their doorstep and she's planning on escaping. Her mind is elsewhere, and that's understandable, but it doesn't hurt for her to be more sensitive. She literally was pining after him when he was away. This is a perfect moment for them to rekindle their friendship and just talk. So it's upsetting that Arif Kwan won't let Rin be this sentimental character. It doesn't take away from her toughness. Instead of being a friend, she lets her anger and her ego get the best of her. She snaps back at him and says, "I thought you wanted us all gone." Naja always admits what he's feeling and says, "I was mad you called me a coward." Rin snaps back at him. Rin is such a frustrating character. She doesn't have to snap at him when this might be the last time they see each other. You don't have to be this tough girl all the time. You don't have to have this attitude all the time. I don't know what Naja sees in her. Rin tells him, "You won't win this war because of your tattoo on your back." And the way Naja responds, "I told you it hurts," that's a valid point. And not only does it hurt, it's going to take him to the cave one day. Rin is ready for those consequences, but Naja is not. You know that Viceroy is not on your side. You know the Asparians want all shamans out. You figured all of this, and you want to put Naja in the same danger? Is Arif Kwan trying to make Naja a bad guy? Is she trying to say he's a baby and can't handle it? Only Rin can handle it. He doesn't want to be a shaman. It's a sucky life. That's enough for me. You can choose whatever side, but I am on Naja's side. And yes, that includes knowing what happens in the ending. Rin, if you want Naja, why do you keep attacking him? Naja is asking Rin if she knows what happened to him inside that cave, referring to that thing, and Rin says yes, because the Phoenix did the same thing. I got the hint that Naja was SA'd by this thing. This thing did whatever it wanted to him. The Phoenix never did that. There was never any hint of that. The way Rin is calling him a baby is so ridiculous. I just hate the way Arif Kwan wrote her sometimes. She has no sensitivity for Naja. When Naja said he wanted to get rid of shamans, or shamans shouldn't exist, I think that really broke something in their friendship. But Naja has always been so patient throughout the whole book. Even in book 1, when he apologized for the way he acted. Sorry doesn't fix things, but at least he said he's sorry. Alton never said he was sorry to Rin, never apologized for his action, and Rin allowed it. So you're not even going to give Naja a pass or allow to speak his point of view? Rin tells Naja, "You're a general, do your job." Naja came to see a friend, and Naja says, "Just because I don't worship my abuser," and Rin has the audacity to say, "I was never abused." What? The Delulu she lives in. Naja says, "Rin, really?" Rin says, "F you." People just baby her. People baby Rin. And even the fandom babies Rin. And I don't understand why. She is so mean. She lives in a delusional state, and she is so self-righteous sometimes. Not sometimes, a lot of the time. Naja apologizes. He says, "I didn't come here for us. I didn't come here for this. I didn't come here to argue. He doesn't need to apologize. It just makes me wonder if he is in this abusive relationship. Naja wants to be on good terms with Rin because it could be their last time together. He's trying his best, and he's very emotional when it comes to Rin. Take away the romance, and you get Naja just trying to be a friend. Naja is so lonely. He wants to keep his friends. He wants Rin around. Rin's inner dialogue is, I love him, but I hate him. There is no in between. She knows that there is no middle ground between them. I don't feel bad for her at all. No, I absolutely don't feel bad at all. You are constantly fighting with Naja, and Naja will not bend to your ideas. He may bend backwards to be your friend, but not for his ideas. Yeah, these ideas have been given to him since birth. He is not going to be easily broken. It's sad because Naja continues by saying, if you want to hit me, do it. I won't move. And Rin is considering it. I don't understand I really don't like their relationship. I don't understand. I cannot ship these two characters because there's so much arguing. Rin is always trying to argue with Naja and the way he thinks. She won't allow him to speak his mind because she doesn't agree with him. Naja, again, has been so patient after book 1. He doesn't blame her for anything. I just don't know why Rin can't give him that same courtesy. So Naja and Rin get interrupted because they're here that the fight is about to start. Rin is not scared. She's used to it by now. But Naja is scared. Maybe because of the war, a lot of things on his plate. And Naja tries to warn Rin that she has more enemies than she knows. Rin brushes it off, which is so dumb. She always tends to brush off a lot of important information given to her, and it's going to bite her in the butt. Rin does give him a pep talk, and it brings me back to book 1 when she was down and Naja handed her a sword. They fought together very well. So it's sad that whatever they have coming is coming to an end. When Rin tells them, we hold on, we have to continue. I like when Rin is this character, when she gives these small moments of pep talks, these small moments of inspiration, because this is a tough character. She's ready to face battle, and she's going to face it with 100% of her ability. This is a great example of a tough character. Her not being sensitive or her not backing down for a talk with Naja, that's a bad character. Her always brushing him off during these moments where they can come together and just have a good farewell, that's not a good character. That's not a tough character in my eyes. Rin is not showing compassion here, and that's what I want to see a lot more from her. The battle is starting, and Rin is quite helpful with her wings. She manages to give warning to an attack that they didn't see. She sees Naja and he needs help, so she dives in to help him. They still argue when they see each other, which is a little tropey, but it's fine. The exciting part starts when Phelan destroys their ship. Rin is face to face with Phelan, and she's really surprised with how miserable he looks. And it just, I forgot if she says this or not, but he should have stayed in the mountain. It's so sad that that's where he belonged. And it truly was a messed up thing for Alton and Rin to do. Without the seal and Kittai, that would have been Rin's fate as well. I'm really glad that she's realizing this, because I do think she is stronger because she has Kittai by her side. When she's fighting with the wind god, she noticed how scared he is of Daji. And I'm still questioning why Daji is scared of Rin, since Daji can make another god, Phelan, so scared, or any other god. Rin finds out that Daji wants her alive, and she is trying to command Phelan as the commander of the psych. I don't like it. I don't like the logic behind this. I'm the commander of the psych. You need to listen to me. Rin was never really connected to the psych since she spent her time with Kitai and Naja throughout the story. So her trying to be like, I'm your commander, you need to listen to me, is just BS. It's dumb. I'm sorry. It's a little dumb. And the fact that she thinks she can control a wind god because the person inside was a member of the psych. You want to hurt a member of the psych, or I'm the commander, you need to listen to what I have to say. I don't like it. I don't like the logic. It sounds really YA. It sounds cheesy. It doesn't work for me here. With Ramza and Kitai, they managed to capture Phelan under piles of rock. It's very smart. I really like this. I like this plan. You can't get rid of a god, but you can put it into submission. Rin is starting to crash into the water because a spear slashed through her wing. She starts to drown, but Naja is there to save her, which is awesome because the last time she landed in water, Naja didn't help her. So now he's able to save her in this moment. I think the whole Rin calling him a coward really made an impact on him. When she swooped down to save him, it also is like, I need to save her as well. When Naja and Rin are back on land, Naja is having a hard time with the dragon thingy. He's in pain and I feel bad for him. I will always feel bad for Naja when he has to deal with that dragon because he didn't want it versus Rin who did want it. This is what happens when you have something inside of you. It's not supposed to be inside of you. It's gonna hurt you. Rin shoves Opium down Naja's throat to subdue him. She does have this tender moment with him, and he wants her to stay. She gives him a kiss on the forehead, and she tells him she has a battle to win. I wish they could be this gentle together in moments like when he came in to see her and tell her about his dream. I would have liked a more tender moment there, something to solidify a friendship that they still might have. Naja points behind her and she sees a bunch of new arrivals. Here comes the Asperians. So there's a lot of cursing in this book and in book one, and it's more than I would like. I like it when they are used in special occasions. Opportunities like this, when they see the experience, I think it's a perfect time to say fuck, or at least make up your own curse words. Like tiger tits is one of my favorites here in this book. It takes away from the story. It takes away from the moment. It's constantly happening. It's not needed. The thing about cursing is, maybe because I'm older, the thing with cursing is that I hear a lot of young people use it because it's something that they can use. You can't use it when you're younger because of parent supervision. But once you get older, you start using it a lot more because you can. But now that I'm in an age, I don't use it because it's honestly not worth it. It's just a stupid word and it's just dumb. And I feel that way here in this book. Like Arif Kwan is using so much curse words because she can use them and she doesn't really need to. I would like more of her own curse words that she makes up. Again, tiger tits is absolutely one of my favorite curse phrases here, and it's funny. So I rather have that than having modern curse words in this book that's not modern at all. My first comment in one of my videos also mentioned that there's a lot of cursing. And I have to agree. It's too much. She sees someone coming and it's Daji who is badly hurt. But she still describes her as having some dignity to her. The Empress has Rin under hypnosis, I guess. They start talking about the Catrayates and Rin calls her a murderer. The Empress won't have it. She tells Rin that they both have a lot of power and they have to make the tough decisions, as well as You got rid of so many people. I can't even imagine. Like, yeah, take that, Rin, because you did get rid of a lot of people. It's like, look at yourself before you start talking about other people. Daji asked Rin if she would have made the same bargain. Would you have done the same thing all over again? And Rin says yes. She would join with the Phoenix, destroy the island, activate the volcano. She would do it again because her enemies hurt her and she wanted to hurt them like they hurt her. This just proves to me that Rin doesn't need the Phoenix to be cruel. There should be no blame on the Phoenix. It's all Rin. Rin is the one who is becoming this cruel person that wants to hurt other people. What the Phoenix does is just gives her the bullets that she needs so Rin can pull the trigger. That's all the Phoenix is doing, and that's all I see in these series. I have a whole theory of Rin overall, but that theory will fit better at the end of book 3. Daji wants Rin to go with her, which I agree. I would love to see Rin go with Daji. It would be so interesting to see how Daji can train Rin. But the thing is that I don't trust Daji because she did betray Alton, and she would do the same, I believe, to Rin. Rin blames the war on Daji, but I thought it was established that Visera started this war. Visera and the Asparians. So I'm a little confused in that statement. Daji wants Rin to kneel, but she won't. So Rin goes back to what gives her power, and that's anger. Rin has a strong will, and with the Phoenix, they enter a state and break free from Daji. It's like they're both boost to the max, so they're able to really damage Daji. But Daji stops her by asking if she is interested in learning more about the trifecta, which Rin is. Daji attacks her with memories of her childhood, how the Muganese entered their country and destroyed them. There's a more vivid description, and I just don't want to use it. It truly hurts to use what they say in the book, but it is more accurate. She sees Riga, Jung, her master, and it's all very sad. She also gets a memory of them claiming their god. Daji asks Rin, wouldn't you have given anything up to save the country? Daji says that they didn't want to get rid of the Catraids, but they had one shot to unite the warlords. They had to make these tough decisions. It is this quote here is the quote that decides the rest of the series, and I think it really is the quote to use for the whole series, making these tough decisions. In a very tragic way, Daji explains why she makes these decisions, why she sold out the psych, so she can protect the empire that Riga left her. I'm just going to make these little emphasis because they make more sense in book 3. She sounds really desperate, and I love this version of her because she sounds genuine and scared in the audiobook. In the audiobook, you can feel that genuine sorry. She really wanted to keep things together. Rin is able to see the true Daji, and Daji tells Rin, you haven't experienced true fear. The fear is better explained in book 3. Daji does tell Rin, I'm really sorry that I hurt you. And again, this sounds very genuine in the audiobook. The whole section is so important. Daji tells Rin that she kept getting in the way, meaning joining up with Visera. You didn't understand the true enemy, meaning Visera and the Asparians. You didn't get it. Rin has been so focused on what she wanted instead of looking at the bigger picture. She just won and fought a war for Visera. What else does he need you for? Rin now has an understanding and can't hate Daji anymore. She no longer believes in Visera's cause. She can't trust the Asparians. So what now? What's going to happen, Rin? What are you going to do? Daji escapes Rin's grasp, which she allows her to do. Daji tells her straight up, "You are no longer useful to Visera, and if you think you are and decide to stay, then you are a fool." Yep, exactly. And again, since this is my second time listening to the audiobook, I'm catching so many little moments that make sense in just a little bit. Before Daji leaves, she does take out her hand to Rin for Rin to take, which Rin does step forward a little bit, but a huge mass falls on her. Daji gently holds her and gives her one last memory. It's her after being essayed, and you see Riga knocked out. You see Jung getting beaten so badly that he's yelling in pain. The person who caused all of this was an Asperian soldier. And who came to save them? It was a Muganese soldier who saved them. She describes the memory of 3 kids huddling together crying. The first time I listened to the audiobook, this section, I didn't cry. It was a very sad moment. It's not until listening the second time that I am sobbing. Like I was in tears listening to this again. It puts everything in a new light. Like this whole theme, like this whole book 2 and 3 and maybe book 1, it just changes things. This little memory that she describes just changes everything. This moment really shaped Daji's decisions in her life and why maybe she trusted the Muganese to come in and save her again. Almost childlike. After being essayed, after being attacked, a Muganese soldier saved her. So maybe they can save her again. It's so sad to see these 2 boys trying to possibly defend her and they couldn't. It also gives Daji credit as to why she hates the Asperians. Why were they there in the first place? She knows that the Asperians aren't trustworthy. They were just children, and now we understand why they were so power hungry, why they made the decisions they made. I was shaking with sadness here. I was bawling my eyes out because I felt for Daji as a woman, and she was just a child, and to have a Muganese soldier, these Muganese soldiers, we hate them. We hate them since book 1. We were told they were monsters. I found some videos on YouTube describing the atrocities that Japan has done in World War II, and they're absolutely horrifying, disgusting, and some of the things that they describe in this video, Arif Kwan puts in her book. It's great that these books have some actual history in them. I will try to link some of them in the description. It makes sense. The cruelty that Arif Kwan is trying to describe, it almost seems to me like I'm naive, I guess, because it almost seems like, wow, I can't believe this actually happened, but it actually did. So like listening to Daji or seeing this memory given is so sad. Rin is rescued by Venka and Kittai. Kittai wants to know about Daji, but Rin plays it off. I know that Rin lies to herself to make things better, so she keeps quiet for now. She doesn't tell what happened with Daji. Rin wakes up and Venka tells her that they won. Sort of. Tiger, horse, and snake, the strongest providence, are still holding out. And I'm happy to see Venka and Rin together in this moment. Rin takes a moment to look at herself in the mirror and she thinks she's ugly. I have a problem with authors calling their character ugly. It's so common in YA for these young girls to think that they're ugly, and it's so unfortunate because it can really influence these young girls to look at themselves that way. Oh, I'm not as pretty as that character getting all the attention. I'm the main character who's plain and boring. I really don't like that message at all. I grew up with that message with some of my books, and I never understood it until I read Thorn of Glass, I guess. I believe the Sarah J. Maas books, where her character is blonde, blue-eyed, and beautiful, and she absolutely owned the character. Like, she knew that she was beautiful, and I loved it. It was so different from what I was reading, and it just pushed me to really like listening to other female characters that they found themselves beautiful, or they learned to love themselves, to really look at themselves and say, you know what, I am pretty. I do have my qualities to me. I really like characters like that now in my books. And one other book that does a really good job in this subtle way, completely different from the Throne of Glass books, is The Scythe by Neil Schutzerman, where one of the main characters is a beautiful girl, or she's a pretty girl, and everybody calls her, like, these small subtle moments, simple moments where she is described as pretty. And I love it. It's not like The Throne of Glass, where she knows that she's beautiful and she kind of throws it out there like, I know I am. In this version, she is a pretty girl, but she doesn't say that to herself because she doesn't need to. Not because it's important, but because she's allowed to be pretty. Here, when Rin is thinking of herself as ugly, I really don't like it. I think it's time to start switching the narrative up with these female characters. Kittai walks in while she's observing herself, which he could care less. I love it. Rin asks about Naja, and he's okay and has been by her side, which is sweet, and he really cares about Rin. I can't deny that anymore. I denied that the first time, but I really can't deny that the second book. He does care about Rin. It's like thrown in my face a lot more the second time around. Kittai learns about Naja being a shaman, and he takes it pretty well enough to make a joke out of Naja's bad attitude. Kittai tells Rin that he's in a bad mood because he had to call the dragon out of the cliffs to save her. Rin's automatic response, I didn't make him call it. She cannot take accountability. You wanted him to be a shaman, right? You have been trying to make him use his shaman powers since you found out. The way she becomes defensive when he does use his shaman powers to save you. She becomes so defensive when he does use his shaman powers to save her. There's no winning in Rin's eyes. I was so pissed listening to this again. And there are moments where I just forgot. There are moments where I think my anger, and I was just too pissed to pay a close attention because this next part kind of took me by surprise. Rin does not want to be blamed for the summoning of this thing. Thank goodness for Kittai. He is the voice of reason for Rin and tells her, you think he was going to let you die after calling him a coward. And he is so sweet about it. I just have a bad attitude right now. In the audiobook, it's perfect the way Kittai talks to Rin. And then Rin says, I didn't make him use the dragon. He's in pain, but it's not that bad. You survived it. I survived it. She continues. Kittai responds with, his pain could be a lot worse than ours. The things that come out of her mouth, she doesn't even have the decency to apologize or think about apologizing. Kittai asks the question that I've been wondering. Why would you say that to him? And again, the second time around, this whole conversation blew my mind. Rin starts to lie, as always, about he has all this power and he's scared to use it. In reality, it's her being jealous that Naja doesn't have to be a shaman. He has the privilege of being a powerful prince. He doesn't have a heavy burden the way Rin has it. It all comes down to Rin being jealous of Naja. I can definitely see that. Naja has privilege. We know that. He doesn't have to be a shaman because he is a privileged person. That's just the way the dice rolls sometimes. So, Rin, grow up and get over it. You like to say that a lot. Get over it. And I like to say that his privilege is so complex, but Rin can't see that because she's a self-centered character. Kittai tells her without being judgmental, because that's not his style. He tells her, you met Naja when he has perfected his mask, but I've known him a lot longer, and he's a lot fragile than he presents himself. And I'm like, yes, I knew he was a fragile boy. Out of all of my reviews I've done in this book, section per section, I'm pretty sure I said the same thing. He is a introverted, fragile person, and it's because of his family. The cruelty he has to endure from them. Kittai tells Rin he would jump off a cliff for you, and continues by saying, so stop trying to break him. I am so happy that Rin is listening to this. Naja has been bending backwards to be her friend. Take out the romance. He's just trying to be a friend. He is so in awe of Rin. I can see why, but her attitude just gets in the way for me. Her ego, her jealousy gets in the way of having a true friendship with Naja. Just take out the romance because it doesn't matter. What matters is you need to stop being so angry at Naja because he has everything you want or everything you have been working for. It's not his fault, and his life is not as pretty as you think it is. But does Rin ask that? No, she doesn't ask that. She doesn't ask Naja how his life was in the palace. I'm happy that Kittai is able to tell her this in a reasonable way. He's not judging her, unlike me. And Rin does listen to Kittai a lot. I didn't catch this at all the first time because I was so annoyed with her. But listening to it the second time gives me a chance to pay attention to moments like this. The snake warlord has been taken and is now being executed. Visor has the audacity to point at Rin, who is injured, and she makes her way towards him. This is the man you gave yourself to, Rin. That's the man. That's the man you gave yourself to, Rin. The snake warlord whispers to Rin, you're a puppet to the end, and other things that I agree with. Rin is in denial and says she is not a puppet. But yes, you are. You are the dog. Reap what you sow, Rin. Rin wants to leave Arlong, but Kittai is advising to stay a little longer. Going too soon will raise eyebrows, and she's also very injured. They both are being cautious, which I agree. With Venka's help, she gets ready for this parade that they are doing. We learn that Venka's parents wanted her to get married to a minister or something. Venka insisted on going to synagogue because she wanted the glory, the stories, and it reminded me how you get told something, but in reality, it's something else. It's like, be careful what you wish for, I guess. Naja comes in and Venka leaves. He's very awkward here. It does feel a little weird, but maybe that's because I'm projecting since I know what is going to happen in the future. Naja tells her she looks good, and Rin says, don't lie to my face. Naja says, I would never lie to you. This felt like a slap in the face the first time around after listening to the book. Technically, he's never really lied to Rin, not that I can think of at this moment. He's been upfront with a lot of things, but some information that he has kept from them. So, but has he ever lied to them? I'm trying to think. Maybe he has, but a lot of the time, he's quite truthful with Rin a lot of the time. Naja wants to know why they can't find Daji's body. Rin does bring up that she was under a mast, duh, and she thinks that she is dead. She thinks. This time it's Rin's turn to say, I would never lie to you. Rin mentions that there is something broken between them. And yes, I can see that. I saw that a mile away. This whole conversation, it feels fake. They are now on opposite sides here. Naja wants honesty between them, but it's hard because of future events to come. When they are doing the march slash parade, it's very gloomy. It's not what they lost, but what they survived. I really like that description from Arif Kwan. I think Arif Kwan does that really nicely, where she's describing these moments through Rin's eyes. I like how she's describing Viceroy and his Empress marching forward, Viceroy looking slightly older with a limp, but it's giving him more credit, like an emperor who has joined the fight. The way the Asparians are described all around them in the air and on the ground, above, below, and Viceroy marching through it because he finally got what he wanted. He is truly the victor in golden chains. It's an overall a really great description. When they look around, they notice that the warlords are not around, nor the refugees. A very interesting key point I missed the first time around. The warlords not being at the march is a way for them to make a stance that they don't agree with Viceroy. I think this is the only time I will ever feel some sort of respect towards warlords. Rin sees the psych and she rushes towards him. She tells him that Viceroy can't protect them, that they need to go. I like Baji's response because he's ready to go and he's asking all the correct questions. Ramsa is happy to leave the stinky butts behind, which is hilarious. I love Ramsa. It's sad to say this now, but Baji says Sumi can survive anything. Ramsa and Baji are making light of the dead bodies that are burning. Rin is getting teary-eyed about this whole situation. I'm happy she's teary-eyed because it just shows her humanity, possibly some guilt of unaliving so many people herself on the island. Now that she's seen more unalive bodies, I think it takes her back to that moment. This is the grieving she needs to feel. I wish she does this a lot more because it's okay to grieve. Naja invites Rin to get drunk, and along the way, they gather Kitai and Venka. Rin is feeling jumpy, but wants to have this moment with her friends one last time. Okay. Rin knows that Naja will not leave his father. His loyalty is too strong. That's excellent for her to realize. But she tends to know these things and not act on them. She wants him to remember her as a friend. Why is she thinking about being a friend now? Rin was a mean friend. The moment she actually wants to be friends, things go down the toilet. While they're having their rendezvous, it very much reminds me of The Breakfast Club, a unlikely friend group. They are supposedly drunk, and it's interesting to think about their motives during the ending of the series. They are answering the question Venka said, what would you be doing if this war or any war never happened? Naja is explaining how great they are and how they will unite everyone. The voting system will work. It's a great future ahead of them. Rin is the opposite. She doesn't think highly of her people. I'm pro Naja when it comes to a future. I know it's very naive, but it's better than hating your own people. Rin knows that the country is too divided to ever become one. In this alternate universe, Rin will always be fighting in wars because she's good at it. And I disagree completely. Rin is not good at war since she's so defiant against authority or highest authority. It's her way or no way. This whole thing about being a good foot soldier and being good at war is something a young person who hasn't experienced anything would say. She's more of a survivalist. She's good at surviving. Rin and Naja go off together and he is showing her this beautiful sight. She is waiting and wanting Naja to kiss her. This feels very girlish of her, very naive, very childlike. She was also thinking it with Alton. It's not bad. I have a point, but that's until book 3. Instead of romance, Naja asked her, instead, why did you hate me so much? Which is so laughable. It's such an ignorant question. Rin lists things that made her hate him. He takes it like a trooper and does apologize again for his attitude. But the most important thing is that she is truthful. She was scared of him. He could have literally kicked her out of the school if he wanted to. And she would have nowhere else to go, which is really sad to think. Because she was just a child. She also mentions his privilege and that that's something that she will never have. She explains that their differences were so obvious. She still has this lingering anger and resentment towards him that she thought she put it behind her. Rin never confronts her feelings. So for her to say that she thought she put it behind her is inaccurate because it's more like she brushed it under the rug. When you brush too many things under the rug, you can still see it. Rin decides that she wants to ask her own questions. She asks about, when are you visiting the grotto? She is offering to go and destroy this thing, which is a solid thing for her to offer, but doesn't make much sense because she plans on leaving him. Naja shuts it down and does not want her to bring it up again. Rin doesn't allow Naja to bring up Alton, so she needs to respect this. Naja finally gets to the point, which shows that his whole gathering, this whole drunk gathering, was a facade. This was his true purpose, and Viceroy is always one step ahead. Naja knows Rin and Kitai very well, and I feel like this is more presented in book 3. His question is about Rin's shaman army. Rin doesn't remember at first, but says, why not? Naja knows that the Asparians don't want this and tells her so. He also tells her that all shamans have to declare never to use their powers again, as well as destroy any techniques, books, scrolls about shamanism. I agree to an extent. Shamanism is very dangerous in the wrong hands. For example, the trifecta, Rin, people in general who would take advantage if they had this power. The Catraids knew this. They made a mistake. They lost so much because of it. The act of having a god inside of you does not mean you have full control of yourself. One day, you will have to pay the price of power, and the gods don't care about the human realm. So a lot of innocent people will get hurt along the way and have been hurt. That's why I agree to the no practicing of shamanism, destroying or the practice of summoning a god. Destroying a practice / religion that has been around for thousands of years is, I think that is wrong. There should be a ban of summoning of a god. Rin is, excluding Daji and Sunny, practically the only person able to teach this. If Rin played this right, she could possibly negotiate with Naja here. Maybe she could have sent a message to Chagan about this so he can protect the books and scrolls. Overall, I just agree with the Catraids. It shouldn't be passed down. Naja is telling Rin what the plan is, but Rin is cocky. She is always running her mouth. She's always talking too much. She's not taking this information important information seriously. Naja moves in and touches a spot where she was injured and literally stabs her in the back. The first time listening to this, I was shocked. I would assume that the love interest would protect her, which I do think he tried to do that without compromising his loyalty to his father. But yeah, Arif Kwan got me here. This was something that I didn't expect. I like to go with the flow when I'm reading a story 90% of the time. So I don't, nor do I want to predict what happens. Having Naja stay true to his ideals and getting rid of someone who will jeopardize his plan, his father's plan, was the right thing to do here. It's the right choice for him to do. And I'm happy that Arif Kwan is like, psych, they're not getting together. It's realistic, thinking back to the many times Naja has been by his father's side, knowing that he truly believes in this new future. This backstab is realistic to me. It's realistic. And I love Arif Kwan for that. Yeah. Did I always feel this way? Did I always agree with this moment? No. The first time around, I was pissed. But sometime around the third book, I wasn't angry with Naja, but I understood why he did it. It's the tough choices we have to do when we have power. And I learned to really respect him. He set aside his emotions and did what needed to be done. Do your job, Naja. That's what Rin said before in front of his father. So take that. Rin is in prison and drugged. She thinks about how stupid she has been and calls herself a fool. Who else called her a fool? Daji told her the same thing. If you decide to stay, you are a fool. And what happens to fools? She gets caught. And so she is a fool. This moment of her getting caught and calling herself a fool, I have a problem with it. She is a fool because she did stay. Rin has done so many stupid things. How many times has she been told about the experience, about Visera? She knew about Naja's loyalty. She knows Visera doesn't need her. She knows that the experience want her and the site, but she still decides to go off with her enemy. And the few times she showed us sensitivity, she gets screwed for it. She's not a fool because of Naja. She's a fool for ignoring the information given to her, given by everyone. Everyone told her this moment, this trap she fell into is her own fault. So is Arif Kwan trying to make us feel bad for her? Or is she trying to make Naja the bad guy? I really hope that's not the case here. Once Rin figures out that she's chained, she is screaming her lungs out. I'm not even going to try and pronounce Naja's mother's name, but she comes in and starts whipping Rin. She is a little unhinged, Naja's mother. She starts to say they were supposed to fix him. He promised. She's cursing out Rin. Rin starts putting the pieces together. Naja's mother knew that he had shaman abilities. If Naja's mother bought the Grey Company over, then Visera would make this right. Hot take here, possibly. I understand Naja's mother. I understand her unhinged mental state. She lost her favorite son in a very cruel way. This thing attached itself into Naja, so she got to see this thing do things to him, like a possession. So her seeing this evil thing inside of him do whatever it wanted to him, to his son, of course she would be unhinged. Of course she would turn to religion. She's very converted. Why would she want a religion Why would she stay in a religion that did this to her boys? Listening it the second time around, I understand her a lot more. And honestly, I would be the same. If I saw this thing do something to my family, I would do anything to get them help. Rin also finds out that she got sold out to the experience in Naja. And that is privilege right there. Do I feel bad that Rin is getting whipped? Nope. Naja's mother tells her to turn around and look out the window, because she sees her psych, Baji and Sumi, getting ready to be executed in front of a crowd with Visera there. Baji is looking at the sky and Suni is turtling inside himself. The first time I listened to this, I was crying without realizing it. I literally was like, what is this water coming from my eyes? I was so surprised at how attached I got to the characters, especially Suni. He was so kind and understanding to Rin in the beginning, and Baji is this loyal comrade that can feel like an older brother. They both had so much faith in Rin that she can be a commander. She'll figure it out. The psych stick together so much that they decided to stay because Rin came back. I was sobbing and I was trying to hold it in. I was trying to hold it in the first time. Rin wanted a last night with her friends, Rin and Kitai. And Rin going off with Naja cost her everything. I put a comment out saying that Rin is the reason the psych is gone. So many people coddle her and come to her defense, which is fine. Defend your character. A popular response to my comment is that the psych have two options: going to the mountain or going out in battle. But I say to them that they didn't go out in battle or head to the mountain. They were murdered in front of a whole crowd that hated them, which makes it worse. Another popular comment is blaming Naja. Why? It took me listening to book 3 towards the middle to realize it was not his fault. He has been loyal to the cause since book 1. We all trusted him, I get that. But the signs were there. It's our own fault that we trusted someone we shouldn't. He did give her some hints, but she never listens because she's a cocky child. We all heard her. She basically said, they can try and stop me. That was enough for Naja to know that they are not on the same side. I still stand by Rin being nicer to Naja because they were on the same team. Now that they plan to leave is where she should have put her guard up. They are not on the same team anymore. So she should have told Naja, maybe another day. She has people waiting on her, and she and Kitai failed them. So her getting whipped the first time around, I felt really bad. The second time around, I feel nothing. I feel nothing towards her. Nothing towards her pain. When Visera comes to see her, Rin is asking why. She did everything for him. She did. It's just so pathetic. I have no sympathy for her. The way she sounds in the audiobook, it's really pathetic. Like, that's all I can think about. She has no dignity to her anymore. Her cockiness is gone. The only thing behind is this whimpering child as to why me, why me. She was never special in Visera's eyes. She was always something to use, always his dog. She has denied that all throughout this book. When she acts like a dog, she is the dog.